Da-na-na-na. Ba-na-na-na. Ba-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. I can't hit that high note. I don't know if I can hit any note, but I certainly couldn't hit the high note. It's just in Starbucks ordering my coffee, and an old song came on. I don't know. I guess I don't know who sings it or the name of it, but it's Dancing Cheek to Cheek. Somebody out there probably knows. Hello, Michael Hill. Hello, Jake. Hello, Jeff. Hello, User. Hello, Dax. Hello, Ricky. Again, Dancing Cheek to Cheek. Miss No Thank You. I wonder what Mrs. No Thank You. I mean, at least she's polite. At least she's polite, Miss No Thank You. She could be Ms. Yes Please, but I think it's important in life that we do us. And if Ms. No Thank You is Ms. No Thank You, that's cool. Thank you for calling me the GOAT. I wonder what I am the GOAT of. What I am the greatest of all time of. Coffee shows? Probably not. Bald men? No. I don't know, but I appreciate the compliment just the same, so thank you for saying that. Hello, Chris. Hello, Tyler. Hello, Andy. Oh, I better get started because I'm running a little late today. So I better get started. Good morning, Jimmy, and good morning to you. My name is Ken Tracy, and this is Coffee with Ken. It is Saturday morning. It is 6:08 or so, and it is August 5th. Every day I do a little calculation. I know what day a certain day of the week is, and I add usually. Sometimes I subtract. I might be subtracting today, but I don't know. But anyway, happy Saturday. This is a show I've been doing for a long time. It's a show about me talking, show about me sharing some ups and downs I have, sharing a little bit about the adventure that is life. And it's a show that's important to me, and it's a show I want to give up on or quit from time to time. And I don't know why, just because we doubt ourselves and we doubt life and we doubt our path and we doubt who we are, what we're doing all the time. And I think that's a part of it. And I'm not saying the show's going to go forever. But it means a lot to me, and it means a lot to me that you guys are joining me this morning. So thank you for joining. Box Set Playbook shared the live. Thank you so much for sharing the live. I so appreciate that. I'd love this audience to grow, and thank you for following me, Donuts Fire. I'd like this audience to grow. I think some people draw some inspiration from it. Some people laugh at it. Some people are entertained by it. Occasionally, I'll throw out an educational little nugget. Hello from Des Moines. Hello, Chris Dawson and Douglas. Hey, I love you guys following the creator. I started here on like November 15th or 16th, 2021, so we're fast approaching 2 years. Just about the same time I separated from my then wife and stopped drinking and smoking pot. So I've had a lot of adventures to share over this time frame. And somebody said I look like Joe Biden. I mean, I hear Bruce Willis. I hear the guy from Breaking Bad. I've heard Howie Mandel. And I've heard Mr. Clean. I don't think I've ever heard Joe Biden. But anyway, where was I? I don't know. Sometimes I get distracted on my show. Oh, so thank you guys for following. It means a lot to me, and I enjoy it. And my audience kind of grows a little bit every day. And I do a live video almost every morning. Used to do it at 8 o'clock every morning. And I was building up a real nice audience because I'd go live right at 8 o'clock. But recently, or about 5 or 6 months ago, I started working. I had to take a job at a local super Target while I'm deciding what I want to do going forward. And that job starts at 7 o'clock several mornings a week. And if I have to start work at 7, it's very hard to do my coffee show at 8. So I have a lot of people reaching out saying, hey, it was really cool when you were consistently going at 8. I don't think they care about the consistency. They just want to be able to sleep in till 8 o'clock and get their day started. And unfortunately, life has gotten in the way for me, and I'm currently have a job that is a stepping stone for me on to bigger and better things. But anyway, for those that have been watching a while, you know it is not just a show about me talking. For those that have been watching a while, you know it's also a show about me sharing my love of coffee. And with that in mind, I got a nice venti cup of dark roast coffee in front of me. And I am so excited to take my first sip. Chris Dawson, hold that question. I am so excited to take my first sip. And my hope on this Saturday morning is wherever you are, whatever you're doing, you have a hot cup of coffee in front of me, or in front of you as well. Cheers to us. A couple degrees hotter than yesterday's coffee. Couple degrees hotter than yesterday's coffee. Which is good. I like it hot. Some people are saying bad things about Starbucks coffee. I mean, it's different strokes for different folks. I get why you're saying that. I often compare the dark roast coffee to Guinness beer in that it's got a lot of flavor and a lot of flavors that I enjoy. And I think maybe they're acquired flavor or tastes. And I've acquired them. Like Guinness beer is a big beer, a heavy beer. It doesn't taste like a Coors Light at all. But it doesn't mean it's bad. And that's just my feeling. Hello, Jamie. Thank you for following. Hello, Julie Flanagan. Good morning from Nebraska, Lisa. Oh, hold on. How am I doing? Hold that question. I think I'm doing pretty well. Last night, I wasn't doing so well. I was feeling lonely after work. I was divorced about 7 months ago. And again, I'm finding my way post-divorce. And I think divorce is hard. It's certainly hard on me. So I'm going to assume it's hard on other men as well. And it was certainly hard on me. And you're kind of finding your way and finding your purpose and finding your meaning and finding what you do. And some nights it's harder to feel it because you're not at home loving on your babies or mowing your lawn or I don't know, having dinner with the family. And yeah, some nights it can be hard. And it was a hard night for me last night. And it's interesting because I woke up this morning and I got a good night's sleep. And I was up a couple times during the night though, and but that's just regular for me. And I woke up at 3:30 for a little while and was up and laid in bed and was able to drip back up to sleep and get another hour and change of really, really deep sleep. And it felt so good. And I woke up again, and instead of rushing out here, that's why I'm running a little late today. I kind of enjoyed the peace and quiet. Good morning. I enjoyed the peace and quiet and didn't rush and kind of went through my morning routine a little slower today and felt good. Hopped in my car, listened to some music. Some really cool songs came on because they're on my playlist. And I think my playlist is pretty darn good. It's probably, I don't even know how many songs are on there now, but any song that I remember back in my life at any point that really meant something to me, one of those songs, and I drive songs into the ground. I'll play a song. If I hear a song I like, I'll play it 20 times in a row, or all day, or all 2 days, until I'm burnt out on it. But then I usually let that song go and kind of drift around the radio till I find another song that does that to me. And this is an accumulation of every song that I've ever listened to 20 times in a row. Chris Dawson, how do you share my playlist? I'd love to. I don't know how you do it. I mean, I'd like to post it somewhere. It's on Apple Music. I'd love to post it. I think it's a really cool, good mix of songs from heavy metal to country to, I don't know, there's Depeche Mode to U2, which is interesting because some people don't even know it anymore. I think I got one Beatles song, maybe a Zeppelin song, a couple AC/DC songs, which brings me to this. Whenever I plug my phone in, I don't know how to stop it. It automatically starts playing my playlist, and it goes from artist A to Z. And the first artist alphabetically on my list is AC/DC. And the first song, I have two AC/DC songs, I think, maybe three, two. One is Hell's Bells, and one is Sin City. And Hell's Bells comes before Sin City in the alphabet, of course. So every time, almost, I pop on my phone, Hell's Bells starts. And I love the song. And I love the slow intro with the bell and the gong, or whatever you call it, the bell. But I hear it all the time, and I go, oh crap, it's starting again. Why couldn't they randomly mix some song? And I go, hey, I haven't heard this song in a while. But I mean, it happens to me 15 times a day that the start of Hell's Bells starts. And I go, I didn't even want to listen to music. I'm not ready for Hell's Bells, I'm just waking up. A couple songs I heard on the ride over. One was Angel by Harry Styles, which is on my playlist. And my daughters are, as a lot of daughters or young ladies are fans of Harry Styles. He's the guy from One Direction. I used to be a fan of One Direction. I took my girls, actually at the theater across the street from where I am now, to see the One Direction movie. I don't know, 7, 8 years ago, or whenever it came out. And I enjoyed it. I liked some of their songs. I still like some of their songs today. And Harry Styles has gone on and become very successful. He's a good-looking kid. I don't know, he's got style, not so ironically, because that's his name. I don't know, chicks dig him. And he's got actually one song that I really like. It's called Angel. And it's kind of rocking. It's kind of rocking and soulful and bluesy all rolled into one, and I wouldn't expect it from Harry Styles. So if you're out there and you care, listen to the song Angel by Harry Styles. And the other song I heard on the ride over was I Can't Hold Back by Survivor. The beginning of it takes me back to memories in the 80s when it came out. I don't know, it's just kind of a feel-good song to me, and it's hard not to bop along as I'm listening to it. And yeah. But anyway, Chris, you asked, do I like my job at Target? I'm appreciative of my job at Target, and I loved it at the beginning. And it was a good job for me at the time. I needed to get a job right after leaving my career and just finalizing my divorce. Needed to take a job, and they hired me. And I'm thankful for them, and I'm appreciative to them, and it's been a good job for me, but I've been there long enough. I think my personality might not match those of who I'm working with. And I was talking to a friend of mine at work, and friends at this job are kind of few and far between because it's a very independent sort of job. You're all kind of doing your own thing all day. And I'm usually in the cereal and breakfast aisle, stocking the cereal and breakfast stuff. And, you know, besides customers, I might not talk to hardly anybody all day. And sometimes it gets a little lonely. And combine that with the divorce and other stuff going on in my life. Having a job that can be lonesome is challenging. And I used to work, I was a realtor for 17 years. I worked at a company called Keller Williams. And there was a sign on the wall, and this was pre-COVID, but there was a sign on the wall, or poster, that you give 7 hugs a day, your day is going to be a heck of a lot better. Those weren't the exact words, but that was the gist of it. And I used to go into that office every day and see how many hugs I could give. You know, I'd average probably 20 a day. I'd hug men, I'd hug women. It's interesting hugging a man, by the way. There's an intimacy there that men often don't often share. But anyway, yeah, so I'd give like 20 hugs a day, and people would be excited to see me, and I'd, whether they were or weren't, if they were okay with it, I'd give them a hug, and it'd feel good. And there were some world-class huggers in that office, I'll tell you that. Some that would squeeze the stuffing out of you. And that's just a great way to start your day. If I went into Target and started hugging my fellow employees, I think they'd arrest me. They probably would. Because it's not that sort of job. It's not a warm, fuzzy job. It's a job where, as the guy I talked to yesterday said, there's a lot of loners that do this job. And there's a lot of people that prefer to be by themselves at doing the task in front of them and getting their work done and kind of not being bothered and kind of doing their thing and, putting their head down and doing that. But that's not me. I'm a hugger. I'm a good morning person. I like interaction. I like human connection. I like intimacy. I like touch. I like passion, emotion, feelings. And I don't think I get any of those where I work right now. And I need to find another place that pays more, that's more fulfilling, for whatever business acumen I have. And I got a fair bit. I want something a little different and something more interactive and, again, more financially rewarding as well. And something where I feel I can make a difference. David asked, why did I quit real estate? I'd done it 17 years. I'm 54 years old right now. I did fairly okay. And when I say fairly okay, I thought I was going to knock the cover off the ball. I'm talkative, I'm outgoing, I'm friendly, I'm smart. And I thought I was going to make $1 jillion and be the #1 realtor of all time. And I have I think a pretty good business sense. I did fairly okay. I think I was probably averaged. I was probably in the top 20%. I was probably in the 20th percentile, which is pretty good and better than most. But as that, it's still, you're doing fairly okay. You'd have some good years. You'd certainly have great months. But then you'd have some months that feel a little slow and weren't as fulfilling. And for me, I don't think I ever felt proud of telling people I was a real estate agent or a realtor. I don't know. I felt my primary job, every human being I met, was to get a new customer. And I didn't like that feeling. I like to meet people as people and have them experience me as me. And I didn't like the feeling. I think in some small way, people put up tiny little barriers around them when you tell them you're a realtor. Because they know 10 realtors. And at least for me, and maybe it's in my head, but I felt there was a small barrier between us where they try and get it to business talk and ask how the real estate market was or what have you. And I might be more interested in how their life is and how they're feeling today or how their kids are doing in school or, where they're at spiritually, mentally, emotionally. And I don't know. I ended up having to come up with some answer on how the real estate market is. It's good. It's my very first boss told me to, because you get that question a million times a day, might be 10, as a realtor. And he said you should always answer, it's amazing. Because you're not lying. You're not lying, but it's an answer and you know it and you're going to stick to it. I could never do it. I'm maybe honest to a fault. And, I'd want to tell, if somebody asks me how I'm doing, I'm going to go, awesome. Or, struggling a little bit today. Feeling lonely today. And I had a hard time just cranking out a generic, it's amazing. But anyway, let me show you real quickly where we're at. I'm enjoying this spot. Look at this pretty little view behind me. Pretty little view behind me. I'm at a Starbucks, turn all the way around, at a strip mall just down the, on the other side of this massive parking lot from where I work and where I'm going to be at work. I get to go to work in 34 minutes. And between now and then, I'm going to drink this coffee. I'm going to get myself a refill. I'm going to eat some bananas, some oranges, a Pop-Tart, and maybe some nuts. Trying to eat a little healthier. Trying to get in a little better shape. Want to lose 10 or 15 pounds. Want to feel a little better physically. Because I think working out and being fit has always been a big part of my life. And over the last 2 years, as I've gone through the divorce and giving up drinking and starting a new career and dealing with some other stuff, I kind of put exercise on the back burner. And I go for walks, and I do push-ups, and I try and stay in some sort of touch with my physical side. But I'd like to stay in a little bit bigger physical touch. And given the feelings I have when I leave work about being lonely and missing energetic places, there's a gym not too far from here that I think is one of the most feel-good places, I've been to. It's a happy place for me. Starbucks are happy places. My old Keller Williams office was a happy place. The church I go to is a happy place. But since I no longer go to my old Keller Williams office, I've lost that. And that leaves me with Starbucks and the church. And the church is only 1 hour a week, and Starbucks I'm at a lot. So be able to join a gym in a great location with great equipment, classes, people, energy, vibe, swimming pool where I could hang out and do a workout or just take a steam or a soak or go for a swim or do whatever I want and kind of lounge around with people that are there to improve themselves, I think could be really important for me, physically and mentally. And because I'm not where I want to be in either of those areas. Reached out to a friend again. I was lonely last night. Called him. He was kind enough to talk to me for quite some time and really didn't offer insight, but he offered an open ear and a caring that I needed. Because again, sometimes if you know any men that are recently divorced, please reach out. Maybe women too, but I think because the women have the kids, their plates are often full. I know for me, it's been hard keeping my plate full, just in that sort of way. So let's have a little more coffee. What else do I have going on? We talked music. Talked happy places. Good morning, Mama Duke. We talked coffee, although we can talk some more coffee because, I don't know, anytime the conversation gets boring, I'll either grab the phone and kind of give a panoramic view of where we're sitting. I feel like I'm in Michigan or something, or on some vacation place. I'll give you a full round view just so you realize it's really not. I mean, it's a beautiful lake. It's really a pretty lake. Never fished there. I'm a fisherman. I bet you there's some really good fishing in there. There's a fairly busy road that runs through Warrenville and Naperville, where I work and live. Behind me, a very large expanse of parking lot that goes from here to probably a half mile that way. Where my Super Target lies. So it's funny, my buddy lives just on the other side of the fence over there in a really beautiful home in a really beautiful neighborhood. When he bought there 25 years ago, there was a driving range here. And none of this existed. And now it's this huge commercial area. And again, we would come out and hit golf balls here. And it's gone. And things changed. But that's half a life ago. It's half a life ago. It's so weird to think about. Teddy asks, how are things on the job front? They're moving forward. I think one of the things that bummed me out last night, I found a job. And again, when you find a job online, but it seemed to match some things. It seemed to be in the right area, the right level, the right company, a lot of things. And I applied online the other day. And within a couple hours, I got a rejection. And it was at a time in my evening where I didn't need a rejection. And it was at a time where I could have used a little boost, a little something. I was feeling, bummed out about a couple different things. And they said, oh, hey, thanks for applying, but no. So that's how things are on the job front. I mean, they're moving forward. I'm continuing to send out resumes, but I don't think that's the answer. Yeah, I got some things going. Do we ever really need a rejection? I assume you're saying. No, well, yeah, you can't. If everything was an acceptance, life would be boring. And if life was perfect, life would be boring. And if we were all CEOs of companies and making $1 billion and everybody said yes to us all the time, we would have no challenges and we would have no reason to improve, and we would have no reason to grow as human beings. And I think God puts challenges in front of us to make us better, And I think over the last couple of years I've faced, and I haven't shared them all, an amazing amount of challenges. And I think slowly but surely, and not every day is smiley and cheery, but I'm going to come out on the other side of this doing pretty well and in a pretty good place, and feeling good, and emotionally and spiritually and financially doing pretty well. Sometimes I forget that. Sometimes I don't even believe it. And a lot of times I question it. But I think overall, every day, I'm getting a little better and feeling a little stronger and moving in the right direction and doing some really, really good things and growing my audience a little bit every day and working hard and trying my best and forgiving myself and for crying when I need to cry and for singing songs when I need to sing songs and for being myself and being who I am, because I like who I am. I didn't most of my life. I had a very negative self-image. Yeah. Mama Duke said it's all in God's hands. And while I agree to some extent, God sends you signals. And I got a bunch of signals over the year that maybe I shouldn't be in real estate. And I kept ignoring those signals because I can be pretty determined. It's okay. I can be really, really determined and really, really optimistic. And it's got me in some trouble in some relationships, for instance, that weren't going well, but I kept trying and I kept thinking, okay, if this changes or I change or she says this or I do this, maybe things will be better. And I've lounged in relationships that should never have happened. And again, I was fairly okay as a realtor. And after 17 years, I said, it's not even the money. It wasn't even the success. It was just the feeling I had. I loved the hugs at the office. But I didn't feel good going on listing appointments and sitting down with clients and telling them that their paint they chose to paint their child's room was beautiful. And, I don't know. Just don't think it was for me. So no, I wouldn't go back to real estate. What's my age? My age is 54, but it's almost 55 because somebody has a birthday coming up. 55 seems like a big age. It was the speed limit everywhere when I grew up. It's the double nickel. Seems beyond mature. It's approaching old. But I don't feel old. I'm still smiling, and I'm still trying, and I'm still fighting a good fight, and I'm still learning, and I'm still getting a little better every day. And I don't know, generally feeling pretty good, and feeling more accepting and learning to let go. What's the secret to life? Everything I'm talking about, learning to let go, putting it in God's hands, having faith, having hope, picking yourself back up when you get knocked down, doing your best, trying hard, accepting your weaknesses or your forgiving yourself, loving yourself. Those are a few. Wow, Brian Herzog, thank you for following the creator. Hey, Larry from Naperville, how are you? Do we know each other, Larry from Naperville? I wonder. I was sitting on the floor at Target yesterday, and a woman came by and was asking where the coffee is. And I go, huh. And then, I don't know, one thing led to another, and she started talking about something, about TikTok. And I go, you know what's cool on TikTok? Coffee with Ken. She goes, is that you? I've seen that. And she probably followed. Maybe she's watching right now. Larry from Naperville has seen me downtown. All right, well, cool. But anyway, it is now 6:37, and I get to go to work in 23 minutes. And I get to go back into my Starbucks and drink some more coffee and eat my Pop-Tarts, my bananas, my oranges, and I don't know what else I have in there, but whatever else I have in there, and drink some water. And get to go into work, and I'm going to be in there, and I'm going to have as good of attitude as I can, and I'm going to smile, and I'm going to spread a little love and cheer and joy to the customers that come down my aisle. And I'm going to accept myself for feeling sad last night and be thankful I woke up this morning, I got a good night's sleep, and then I'm excited about the day. And I hope you're excited about your day as well. I hope you had a great night's sleep. I hope you're feeling good. I want to thank you so much for joining me today. You mean so much to me. I appreciate you. I hope you are loving yourself. I hope you are forgiving yourself. And as always, I hope to talk to you soon. Bye-bye.